what it means to be an American. America is freedom, and freedom is special and rare.
We, the people of this great nation.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We, the people.
We, the people
of this great nation.
of this great nation.
Good morning, my fellow Americans. Interesting day in news. Interesting day. So, I had told you yesterday about Trump's whole, his whole accepting of the, that there was something behind it. I just wasn't sure what was behind it. Of course, Donald Trump being the man that he is, he went ahead and he did sign. Now, listen to this. He did sign to go ahead and do the stimulus package, but he redlined it, which basically means he enacted the 1974 Act, I believe, where he basically signed it, but it's almost like having the veto pocket, a pocket veto. Basically, he wrote down exactly what he wanted changed in the bill, and if they go ahead and pass it through the House and the Senate, then therefore the bill it goes in place and it's activated as quickly as possible. And this was genius. He got the American people, once again, the president that fights for Americans, got the American people exactly what they deserve. This is our money, not their money. And Americans right now need it. And it's damn well overdue. I mean, that's for damn sure. The House already passed it. I don't know about the Senate and the rhinos in the Senate. I mean, there's a very, very good chance that these rhinos will not do absolutely anything. And of course, they might purposely not pass it in the Senate. So I don't even know what to expect from Mitch McConnell. As you can hear from the laughter in the background, we have our Mr. Dr. Q in the house.
That's right.
So I got some pretty interesting news.
Dr. Haber?
Dr. Haber. Yeah, I'm no doctor. I have no PhD. I have none of that.
Either does Biden's wife.
What's that?
Either does Biden's wife.
Let me tell you something.
Doctor.
So interesting enough, I do have something pretty interesting to say. I don't know if you guys have read on Political and all these other avenues. Apparently, they finally caught on to what the Republicans are up to. Okay, so they are planning on filing a lawsuit against Vice President Pence, which is genius because that way it will stop.
Democrats?
No, the Republicans. That way it stops them from being able to certify the election results. Genius, is it not?
Yeah, but like, what the first time I ever heard that. Like, what does that consist of exactly?
Well, they're going to sue him based that he can't certify the election results because states are contested. It's an entire process. I have to read more into it. I've never heard this happen. I've never heard of this ever being done. But apparently it's enough for Political to say that it's pretty credible and it's something that can be done. But on another positive note that we can also look at is the fact that they just found that there's an extra 200 and something thousand votes in Pennsylvania. There's 200 and something thousand more votes than registered voters in Pennsylvania. So that's going to be a problem. Again, I strongly believe the truth is going to come out. It's going to be a slow, but surely it will come out, and we're all going to witness it. And it's going to be horrible for this country because I honestly believe that there was fraud at the highest level. I strongly believe that with every bit of my heart, I strongly believe that they rigged this election. They rigged this election. I hate to sound like a broken record. I'm trying to give you hope because I know the rest of the media and the rest of the podcasters, the Ben Shapiros, they're all telling you it's over. Give it up. Trump is done. This and that. I will not give up. What's that?
Shapiro said that too?
Yeah, I mean Shapiro is with the mindset that Donald Trump should concede. Yes.
Never.
And
Let's just say Donald Trump has plan A and plan B. Let's just put it like that.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what.
He will not lose.
I mean, I don't. Again, I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently, you think you have information that you really don't have. I'm just going based on what the news is reporting, but I know that the news does not like to report anything positive in favor of Donald J. Trump. So therefore, I will be that voice. I will continue to tell you, yes, there is hope. Yes, there is a plan in effect. Yes, we do have some Republicans out there that have balls. I know yesterday I was ranting and saying about how ballless these Republicans have become. But yes, there's still hope. I still believe there are some Republicans out there that do have a spine and they know the consequences of allowing a rigged election like this to go on. This will guarantee, single-handedly guarantee them that they will never, ever win an election again. Okay? So this is not just about the election. This is about future elections. This is about the future of our country. If we can't trust the system in which we vote for, then we have a broken system. Bottom line. Then we have a system where people don't feel confident. They don't feel like their vote is going to count. And the Republican Party is going to die. And the progressives are just going to take over. That is exactly what's going to happen if we don't take charge now. Trump is leading the way, and I strongly believe he's going to have some sort of overwhelming evidence, or he's going to try to delay this. This has happened in history before, guys. Do not be fooled. They will not break this down to you, but in history it has happened before where a president has not been inaugurated on the day he's supposed to be inaugurated. Just so you know. I looked up an article. I forgot the exact date. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know the exact date or when it happened, but it has happened in our history. So, and not just that, it's 2020. Anything can possibly fucking happen. I mean, what else can happen? I mean, we had the bombing in Nashville. I mean, it just keeps 2020. I mean, it doesn't end. It cannot end. I mean, I wish it would already end. I mean, this is crazy. It just continues to build up more and more bad shit. I mean, look, I sit in my office every single day as I debate with lefties, with people from the left, people that completely disagree with my political views. We do find common ground. I'm not going to sit here and say we don't find common ground. We sometimes find common ground. But for the most part, the sense that I get from most of the lefties is they don't like this country. They hate this country. They hate everything it stands for. They hate the history of this country. They despise this country. That is basically what I feel every single time. They contradict themselves. They believe if you don't believe in their ideology, you're not intelligent, you're uneducated, you're dumb. And I can't wait for the moment that I can prove every single one of these fuckers wrong. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I sit in bed sometimes and I wonder, am I the delusional one here? I mean, is there really election fraud? And I start thinking to myself, and it starts running through my head because I'm thinking to myself, man, am I really just so do I really want Donald Trump to win the presidency so badly that I refuse to accept the election results? I keep asking myself that question. And then I go back to it and I'm like, no, man, it's not. It just doesn't add up. Everything that's going on just doesn't add up. You don't win the popular vote and surpass and become the most popular president in U.S. history with half the counties that Obama won. It just doesn't happen. I'm sorry, yes. And then the arguments from the liberals, those cities have been saturated and there's more people that are living there. Yeah, in the last fucking 4 years? Are you fucking kidding me?
Any excuse to come up with, their argument. They'll say anything they can.
Well, I mean, I know we've been seeing that. We've been seeing that for 4 years. I mean, we've been seeing lie after lie after lie, and we're supposed to believe them now. Yeah, that's a joke. But anyways, you were prior to us getting on live. You were telling me about some information about what
the Warlock.
Yeah. I don't know what his name is. I don't even pay attention to him because he's irrelevant.
Supposedly, he has like 3 cases against him in regards to some sort of child abuse allegations. I don't know if he was particularly, specifically involved in it, or if he covered up something. I heard something like he covered something up. He
Where did you hear
he didn't
this
let the
from?
authorities know him or
A
something.
lot of people want to have facts here. I mean, we don't want to make just assumptions
They're
on
facts.
shit. It's not
No,
fact because you
something's a
say it's
fact.
fact.
It's
Okay.
facts.
No, it's not facts. It's not facts
it's
if you
facts.
just say it's fact. It's
Well, I didn't
facts
make
if
it
you
up,
have
so.
something to verify it. You mean it's fact because it's fact? What the fuck? What kind of shit is that?
It's just facts. Just take it for a fact. Like I said,
Okay,
I don't know
there is okay. I've just confirmed it. There is allegations. I'm sorry. I have just confirmed it. Yes, there is allegations. Apparently, Warnock led campaign disqualifying. Loeffner calls abuse allegations at camp overseen by rival Warnock. Wait, apparently there's some sort of sexual allegations occurring within his campaign. Is that what it was? Am I reading this correctly? I'm trying to get. Apparently, the House overrides Trump's defense bill and sends it to the Senate. That's funny.
You think Trump didn't think about that twice?
Well, I mean,
He's up to something.
they're gonna get away. No, I'm talking about his defense bill that he rejected, that he vetoed.
Yeah, I know.
He's not. They're gonna be able to get away with it because they're gonna get. They just need a larger majority and they'll be able to pass it. They'll be able to go through his veto.
Nah, he's gonna do something with that too. So Trump's too
Oh
smart.
wow,
Man.
Reverend.
Let that go.
After one of his victims described counselors allegedly throwing urine on him and locking him outside overnight. Yeah, this guy. This is the more shit that keeps coming out on this guy, the more likely he's not gonna win. Even though I strongly believe Perdue and Loeffner are both gonna take it. Loeffler, they're both gonna take it. I never had any.
But Jay, the only thing I see them not taking it is because of the fucking the fraud. You know, they're coming up right now. Supposedly, they're tie Warnoff and Loeffler, which I know is bullshit. You know.
I can tell you without a doubt that this is going to be a landslide victory. It will be a landslide victory for the Republicans. I guarantee you without a doubt this is not going to be even close.
Yeah, but like I said, that's the way it's going to be close is because it's such fraud.
It's not going to be. There's going to be lawyers in every fucking poll booth.
But they know what they did last time. They can't do it now. So, like I said, I've heard from different radio stations in Philly that they're trying to get people to register. You know, not vote, but just register.
Well, the secretary of Georgia already said that that there's a very strong possibility of fraud occurring from outside. They've already caught a couple people requesting ballots from out of state. I mean, look, again, we know this election was robbed. People can argue it, and we can go around and play ring around the rosy, and nobody's going to agree to anything because at the end of the day, the left wants their candidate to win, which is not even a lefty, but whatever. It's not even a progressive candidate. But the left is going to want their candidate to win. The right's going to want their candidate to win. And it's just going to be a back and forth bullshit. And that's just a simple reality, and that's politics. Right now, all the conspiracy theories are going to come out. We're going to see conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory coming out and coming forward. And it's just going to continue to happen as we get closer to January 6th and as we get closer to January 20th. The whole conspiracy that everybody was saying, oh, they're attacking the AT&T building because that's where they were counting Atlanta. I even mentioned it yesterday because it was a little suspicious. But again, apparently they found out that it had something to do with his father and him blaming his father, the death of his father on AT&T. I don't know exactly the details on the Nashville bombing. Again, I just, there's so much madness going on right now in the world that it's very hard to keep up with everything that's going on. Rumored GOP. I'm telling you, Nikki Haley's gonna run for president in 2024. I'm telling you, she's gonna run for president. Nikki Haley's gonna run. Dan Crenshaw's gonna run. Nikki Haley's gonna run. I'm looking at her. She's already addressing. She's smart. She's very similar. She's using a lot of the Trump strategies. She's extremely clever. I just hope that we don't that I mean, a lot of people are feeling that they're gonna push this right through regardless. And that Joe Biden's just gonna be elected president. That they're just gonna push it in. That they're just gonna push him in there and that's it.
Not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I have no facts why it's not gonna happen, but I know it's not gonna happen because it's just
really,
not gonna
who
happen.
has facts? Okay.
Okay,
Who
you
has
just
facts
you
when it comes to Donald Trump?
you
know,
just disproved me right now on the whole
have.
allegations thing. I'll give you credit for that. I did not see that one coming. You were right on something. I did not see that one. I honestly did not see that one coming. I thought it was a conspiracy theory until I saw it on the front page. You shocked me. I will give you that much. You did shock me there.
I'm going to be really shocked then. So.
I mean, to me, look, again, I look, I mean, look, I don't understand these people. Look, Bernie Sanders, I'll stall override of Trump's defense bill to veto to get vote on 2,000 virus checks. Bernie Sanders, sometimes he surprises me, man. He's really an interesting character. I mean, he's definitely somebody that stands by his guns. At least he does that much. I'll give the man credit for that. I mean, he stands by what he believes in. I mean, we don't agree on anything, pretty much nothing. But wow, the Rasmussen poll, 72% say Trump is model for GOP. That's interesting. That's extremely interesting. Apparently, he's raised the bar for the GOP. He is the GOP. What people do not realize is if these senators, these cowards that don't have a spine, that are not backing President Trump up, if they do not think there's going to be consequences to their actions, they're fucking dead wrong. People will remember. Trump supporters will remember if they don't have the backing of, basically them not backing Trump supporters is them turning their backs on their own party. And people will not forget this. They will not forget. We will remember those who fought for us, and we will remember those who didn't fight for us. And Mitch McConnell may not give a fuck because he doesn't have another term in him, just because of age, just because of the fact of age. But the rest of the people that are sitting there in the Senate right now, you better be careful. You better be careful on the next decisions you make. You better start listening to the voice of Americans and what we have to say, because I promise you, it may not be good for you come the next time around when you need us to vote for you. I promise you, I won't vote. I won't vote Democrat because I'll never vote Democrat unless the candidate is someone that I can actually like, that it's not no progressive, ridiculous, unrealistic candidate. But I can promise you one thing. You will lose. Congressmen will lose their seats in 2 years, and senators will lose their seats in 6. I promise you that much. For those senators out there that think they're invincible, I promise you that will be short-lived. That much I can tell you. I mean, I don't know how much I can express the anger that Americans are feeling all across the United States. Everybody's going crazy. So again, it's becoming something that if the Republicans do not stand up for Donald Trump, I see a lot of backlash happening. I see a lot of backlash. If Donald Trump is not president of the United States, if Donald Trump does not become president of the United States, I foresee a new party coming out. I foresee a different party coming out. I foresee maybe a nationalist type Republican Party. That's what I see. That's what I see in the future of this country. If you, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you have a different outlook on this, but that's pretty much the way I see it at this point.
The um, newly elected GOP Freedom Force unites to fight socialism and the Squad.
That's just a group of Republican idiots that are doing the exact same thing. They're just copying the squads and the AOC and the
Oh,
Squad.
it's the young ones.
And there's a couple old ones in there too. It's just the new ones that just joined. That's all it is. That's all
good.
it is. I mean, yeah, but I mean, again, what does that do for us right now? That's my question. What does it do for us right now? This was this is something that has been on my mind every single day. This has been on my mind. When are we going to stop talking and when are we going to actually start doing? When are we going to start doing something? I mean, honestly, are we just going to let them steal the election? I mean, because all I see at this point are people talking, people saying they're going to do something, but I don't see action.
Listen, Donald Trump knows this. He knows nobody's going to be for anything. He knows that they're against them, even the Republicans. He knows it, these rhinos. He knows it. So he had to take actions himself, and he's going to take the election himself. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen.
I don't see it like I don't see it the way you see it, because you make it as if it's gonna be that easy for them to just do this, and it's not.
Yes.
It's not gonna be that easy.
Well, obviously, there's going to be people protesting against it, this and that, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to happen.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Do you feel homeless in today's American political world? Not really into either candidate or party? Well, guess what? You're not alone. Join me and others just like you across this great country for a discussion of politics from a viewpoint that you can't find in today's media, the middle. I'm your host, Brian Grozier, and I invite you to join in on the discussion by downloading and listening to the Middle American Podcast.
I mean, again, I hope you're right. I strongly hope that you are on the mark, and I hope that you're completely right, but I just don't see it that way. I just do not see it that way. It's hard for me to see it that way. Of
course.
Because it just seems like it's far-fetched.
Right.
You know? So it's just, if people do not step up, if people do not, if the Republicans do not stand up and they do not fight for our president, I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going. We need the backing of the Republican Party. We need Republicans to stand up. They need to stand up for Donald Trump. And if they don't do it, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But he can't fight this by himself. It is way too much. He's not going to be able to do it by himself. There's just no way. There's just no human. There's no possible way this man can fight against everything that's against him. Big tech, big corporations, big money, the Hollywood elites, the elites in general. He's fighting against everybody. Plus, he's fighting against the progressives as well. So how does he combat this without the help of the Republicans? How does he combat this?
He has help with the right Republicans, the ones that are really for him and for the agenda.
Okay, name one.
Oh yeah, right. You're right. Let's put it like this: the ones that we don't know about.
There you go again. God
The ones we don't know about are on his side.
God damn it. I can't catch a break with you, can I? I mean, I cannot catch a break with you.
I came in. I don't know. The new one. That's all I can think of. The new Congress coming in.
Oh my God. You are just. It's funny to hear you laugh because I can tell that you're laughing very.
Oh my God. I'm going to cry. It's the truth, dude. It's like.
Oh my God! I apologize to my listeners. This happens to us quite often to me and my good friend Dr. Q, because I just caught him in a position where he can't even answer the question because he really knows that there's nobody.
Oh my God! Oh my Lord! God! Oh man!
Answer the
sad. It's fucking sad because you can't even come up with one fucking name.
Oh my God. Seriously, you cannot come up with one fucking name. Oh my God. This is where we've come to, America.
Oh my God.
We don't even know.
Okay. All laughing aside, can you name one?
Okay, I can actually mention. I can mention a few. I can tell you it's not enough.
Rand Paul.
That's exactly. Matt Gaetz, Rand Paul. That's about all I can think of. McCarthy, maybe. I mean, Donald Trump is literally fighting everybody.
Oh my God, I'm fucking. Oh my God.
My stomach is killing me. I'm laughing so hard because it's like the reality that we don't want to face. It's like we're like all the Republicans support him. No, they do not. He's by himself.
I even thought about it. Like we said that, I just thought about it. I'm like, wait.
Wait a second. There's not enough people. I mean, look. The reality is that everybody's turning their backs on him. That's the reality. When they needed him for votes, they counted on him, and now that they don't need him, they're throwing him under the bus. And this is politics 101. This is what they do. This is what dirty politicians do. They do this all the time. They rerun. They're used to fucking over people that help them. This is what they do. And I mean, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, like it just is what it is. And there's nothing else that we can say about it. I mean, the reality is that unfortunately, and this is really unfortunate, but I mean, Donald Trump has nobody supporting him. He's got some people in Congress. I mean, he's got more support in Congress than he does in the Senate, because a lot of the people that got reelected or took a position away from the Democrats had Trump support, and that's why they were able to go ahead and win. And they know
don't
this.
Don't think he's not going to remember that. He's
what does it matter if he doesn't? Okay, Pennsylvania Republicans drop bombshell analysis alleging massive 200,000 vote fraud error. This is what I was talking about. This is actually real news too. This isn't. Apparently there was some sort of error or something, and they overcounted 200,000 ballots.
just overcounted 200,000.
I mean, it wasn't too much. It was Sir, okay, so according to a drop by the Pennsylvania House Republicans that certified the votes in the state of Pennsylvania are in error about 200,000 votes. PA lawmakers, numbers don't add up. Certification of president results premature and in error, tweeted Republican State Representative Russ Diamond. Um, yeah, unfortunately, they double checked based on votes counted, and votes received, and apparently they're off 170,830. I mean, people, this you can't make this shit up. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I don't understand why people on the left just disregard all this stuff. These are not little. I understand the argument from the left. Yes, election fraud occurs all the time. You're right. It does occur all the time.
Not like this.
Not in these numbers. That's
This
the
is
point.
systemic.
Yeah, that is the point. That this is not your standard election fraud situation. This is massive. It's not a coincidence it took place in the places it took place in swing states where Biden knew he needed those swing states in order to win. It didn't happen in Florida. You know why it didn't happen in Florida? Because they couldn't pull that shit off in Florida because we do absentee ballots. Didn't happen in Ohio either. But coincidentally, all state laws were broken in this election. This was the only election that they were allowed to break. Every single state law that you can think of happened in this election. The only one. So I mean that brings me to my point, which is it's sad. It's sad. It's disgusting. And to be honest with you, it's disappointing. To be honest with you, to say the least. To say the least, it's something that I never thought could happen in this great country, but apparently it has happened. And there's absolutely nothing that we could do about it. We can go out there, we can fight, get arrested, but we all know Republicans have jobs. We have families to maintain. I mean, we can go that route. We can absolutely go that route. We can go fight for justice. We can do that. We can take it in the ass, as we've been taking it. But in all honesty, I just don't know. We're in such a bad position right now that I wouldn't even know what to tell you. Like I just don't know where this is gonna end up. I wish I had the answers. I wish I could sit here and I can tell you, okay, Trump has this plan. Yes. Do I feel like he has something up his sleeve? Yes. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if it's significant enough to change the election results. I don't know if Trump can pull this off. The odds are against him. I mean, all bullshit aside, we were laughing. Me and him were losing it in laughter because it's the reality. We all laugh about this shit, but he really has no backing of anybody. I mean, we just went on one of those frenzies live here, and we started laughing because I asked him a simple question, name one. He couldn't name one. And that's how sad this shit is. I can name all Americans support Donald Trump. The people, the most important, the ones that elect these congressmen and senators to represent them. That I can tell you. But does he have the support he needs? That's a whole different ballgame. That, my friends, is a whole different ballgame. And I fear for the future of this country. I fear like I've never feared anything before. I love this country. This country's given me so much. It's given my family so much. I honestly, I don't know where we stand. I don't know where we stand. I don't know how we get through this. And I don't know what Trump's plan is. And I don't know how he's going to pull this off. Because even if he was to continue to battle this through the Electoral College, and I mean, he continues to go the legal avenue, he keeps losing. They just don't want to take this case. It's a case that to be honest with you, everybody, all these people are pussies. They don't want to take the case because they're scared of taking the case. It's that simple. They know it's risky, and that's why they're not taking the case. That's why I strongly believe that they're not taking the case.
I think somebody's going to step forward soon, like this week.
You think
I
so?
somebody important is going to step forward, and this is all going to unravel in Trump's favor.
Okay, can you tell me who that person's going to be?
I think it's going to be one of the Supreme Court judges.
You do realize it needs to be more than just one Supreme Court justice, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be, one's going to obviously turn to more, but I think one's really going to step out. And then,
hey, let me tell you, I'm thankful that I got you on the show. I have never had a more joyful laugh than the one that you just gave me right now. I mean, because this was just the most sincerest thing. I mean, if we can't laugh about this, I mean, we'd all be in misery. At some point, we all got to laugh at some of the stuff that's going on, because if we don't ever take a moment to just like laugh at some of these things, we'd be living in hell. We'd be tormented by everything that's happening. Everyone's feeling it. Everyone's feeling what's happening. We're all feeling it. We all feel beaten. We feel like this election has been so long. We've been dragged down with this COVID-19 nonsense. Because I'm going to tell you, to be realistic with you, I think COVID is serious. I think it is something that does get people sick. I do not think it's something that is a national pandemic. I do not think it's something that mandates masks. I do not think it's something that they're making it look out to be.
all of a sudden, the flu's gone, right?
I mean, it's just, I think we're going to look back at the numbers of deaths, and because they haven't come out with the numbers yet of 2019. Okay. So when we see the number of deaths between 2019 and 2020, I promise you the numbers are going to be very, very similar. And then we're going to wonder to ourselves, if there was a pandemic, how come the numbers not more? And that's when we're going to realize. And then history is always, it's very interesting how history always works. History always works in mysterious, well, it doesn't work in mysterious ways. What happens is that you can't really know how somebody handled something until time passes, that you can go back and look at how they handled it, right? Like the Obama administration, they handled the swine flu horribly, admitted by their own staff. Again, mind you, this is the president-elect, was vice president at the time that this occurred. We already know he handled one pandemic horribly. But nevertheless, they admitted to it. The only thing is it took time to figure it out. Now we'll figure out in years to come how Donald Trump handled this. And I promise you, the history books are going to say, wow, this guy handled it amazingly. Yeah, today I had arguments with people telling me, look at how Florida's doing. They have spikes and this and this and that. Yeah, but we have less casualties. And people are going on with their lives. Bet you if we go and we start looking at numbers like, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, suicides. If we start looking at those numbers at the states that have lockdowns compared to the states that don't have lockdowns, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a giant spike on those as well. Just like we're seeing it right now with defunding the police, the popular slogan from the left. The popular slogan, let's defund the police. What's happening to all these cities that are defunding the police? Crime rates are spiking everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
From Milwaukee to Chicago, which Chicago's a fucking mess. It's been a mess. No one seems to care. Black Lives Matter only matters when it's a white man that's a police officer shooting a black man where they can use it to make money. But if it's a black man shooting another black man, well, those two lives do not matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if bullets are flying everywhere in these neighborhoods. We got to defund the police, the people that put a presence there that may save a life just by having their patrol car there. But
isn't Chicago or is it Michigan suing Black Lives Matter?
I'm not sure. I mean, if it was up to me, they'd all be fucking suing them. Black Lives Matter is a fucking hoax. And I hate to use the word hoax because Trump uses it so much and it's become part of my vocabulary, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a joke. It's an organization that everyone there's rich. Look at the CEOs and let's see how they're living. Do a little research. Let's see where the CEOs of Black Lives Matter live. If it's really a nonprofit organization that's for the black community, see how they're living. See how the founders are living. They're probably living pretty large. Meanwhile, the black communities are falling apart. Nothing's changing for them. Let's not forget, you can criticize Donald Trump all you want, but Donald Trump did help everyone across the board. The black community who did vote, not the ones that were duplicate copies or the dead ones, the ones that did vote, you guys voted for a man that put you guys behind bars intentionally. He didn't want to have his son in a racial jungle. I'm never going to forget those words, and I'm going to remind you all, because this was a man that has not changed. Kamala Harris, she hates her own skin color. She was putting, just to keep the numbers going, she was putting black men in prison. She was willing to kill a man that was innocent just to not turn over, just to not prove that she was wrong. I mean, again,
does she really have black in her, Jay?
I mean, she's half Indian, half Jamaican.
Right.
Well, I mean, Jamaicans are black, so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm wondering that too. So.
What do you mean? What is there to wonder? Again,
she might have a Jamaican dick in her before, but I don't know if she's really Jamaican.
Dude, she's Jamaican. Her father was offended. Her father called from Jamaica to let her know how upset he was that she made it look out like if Jamaicans all they do is smoke weed. Yes, she is Jamaican. Do not give me your QAnon BS.
I'm not. Just,
Again, guys, I know sometimes you hear, because, I stream and people are like, oh my God, so much foul language on my stream. I try to keep it raw. I try to keep it as is. I try to talk like regular Americans talk. I'm having a conversation with a friend of mine who happens to be a little nutty, but is a friend of mine's nevertheless. And this is just
the way. Go find your safe space.
Yeah.
Bro, go find your fucking safe space.
That's a new one that I've been hearing everywhere too. Go find a safe space. Whenever I tell people.
I mean, come on, man. You hear cursing on TV every day, I mean, it's everywhere. Get the hell out of here.
No, I mean, I'm just simply, to those that don't like the foul language, for those of you that do not. No, they're my viewers. I'm not going to say that. Fuck you. How about that one?
Well,
what I'm saying is that I just want you guys to understand that the way I try to keep it as raw and as real as possible. I'm not a professional commentator. I'm not a professional politician. I'm not polished at all. I'm not polished. I'm rough on the edges. This is who I am, and I'm not going to change. This is what I wanted to do. I do this because I like doing it. I enjoy it. I love engaging with the audience. I love saying what I feel, and I love expressing my political views, whether I'm wrong or right. That's for you to determine, and for you to, I mean, it won't matter to me anyways if I'm right or wrong, because I'm always going to think I'm right. So, and I'm just trying to fight for this country in the best that I can, and vocalizing and letting people know what's going on out there is the best way to fight this battle. Making people aware of the situation of what's going on in this country. A lot of people are really misinformed on what's really going on in this country. And I think that that's really one of the reasons that we've gone this far and we've allowed it to come this far, is because of the fact that we're so uneducated and we follow the mainstream media. We follow everything they say. Every single every single thing that they say, we follow it all the way to a T, and we have so much faith in the media, and we shouldn't. We should be fact checking ourselves every single day and fact checking all these people every single day. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I hope something does happen. If something does not happen, I would be pretty disappointed with the Republican Party. And I think that they will give me a sour taste come 4 years from now. They do not want to make the same mistake they made with Hillary. Okay? Where they betrayed Bernie Sanders and Hillary could not pick up the Bernie Sanders supporters. The Republican Party is dead on the water if they do not have the support from Trump's base. I mean, that's a simple fact. I mean, me and Dr.
Jay, with Hillary and Bernie, I think he took that money, dude. That's all that's about. He took that money.
Oh my God, dumb is all that comes out of your mouth sometimes.
No, it's the truth.
What money did he
that money.
take? He got robbed.
Didn't pay him to shut the fuck up?
No, he knew he didn't have the numbers because of the super delegates. The Democrats cheat in their fucking primaries. They cheat in their fucking primaries. That's why they're so good at cheat. Well, they're actually really bad because they got caught pretty badly in this election. But that's why they're so used to cheating. They cheat in their own primaries, for God's sake.
Jay, I understand that. All I'm saying is he could make a ruckus about it, because he knows.
Well,
I mean,
if you recall 2016, it took him a while to support Hillary Clinton. I mean, he barely supported Hillary Clinton. I mean, not like he supported Joe Biden, I can tell you that much. He supported Joe Biden big time. And what did Joe Biden do? Backstab him. Because this is what they do. This is what Democrats do. They constantly stab each other in the back. They constantly stab one another. And this is the sad world that we live in. And I don't see it changing. I do see something coming up in the next coming weeks. We're going to see some big stuff happen. And I can only pray and hope that the truth comes out and that we save our great republic and that Joe Biden never steps foot in that White House.
He won't. Not one foot.
So with that, I leave you guys. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless this beautiful country we call America. And God bless Dr. Q.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Who made me laugh so hard today. So hard today. Because once again, he is the man with many facts, but no facts to back him up. He is a man with many comments, but never has any factual evidence to back it up. This guy, guys, I honestly bring him on here for comedy relief. I'll say he does know his stuff, but I do bring him in here for comedy relief. You've got to have some sort of entertainment in life. You got to laugh. You got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and laugh.
The thing is, I have facts. I just can't tell you the facts. That's the problem.
You have absolutely. You could not name me Republicans that support Trump. I mean, it wasn't. What do you need knowledge for that? I mean, is that something that's classified in your QAnon community to name a Republican that supports Donald Trump?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, give me a break.
Can you? There is none.
I can name several. McCarthy,
one, two, maybe at the most.
McCarthy, Matt Gaetz. Holy shit! I think that's about it. No, there's several of them. The congressman from Texas. He's got a few people. He's got a nice little. He's got double digits. I mean, he's got definitely the 106 people that backed the Texas lawsuit. Obviously, those people would stand by him. On the Senate, though, that's a different ballgame.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Senate, dude.
Oh, in the Senate? Oh shit! In the Senate, I can name Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, the senator from Missouri. I always forget his name. He'll probably back him. Johnson, Senator Johnson will probably back him. There's not too many. I mean, I'm pretty sure Purdue and whatever her name is, I can't pronounce her name ever. Loeffler. I'm pretty sure she would have his back if they win. If they win, they'll have his back because they know that he put him there. I can't name too many. I can tell you, I can't name too many. Mitt Romney's a rhino. Susan Collins is a joke. These are all people that would have never supported him. And Mitch McConnell is Swamp Creature. He's Swamp Thing. That's what he is. He's Swamp Thing. So anyways, guys, what's that?
I think when Trump gets back in, don't think he's not going to remember this stuff. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, any human. I think that anybody that's that's betrayed by their own would be pretty pissed off. But again, that's a big if he gets back in there. If he gets back in there, that's where we're at right now. And and as much as you tell me you have sources, we don't know what the fuck is going to happen. The tables keep turning every single day. The only thing I can say with certainty is that Donald Trump has something up his sleeve. What it is, I don't know. I can tell you that he's going to go out fighting. He would not. Donald Trump is a man that cares a lot about his reputation and how people perceive him. He would not be saying election fraud, and he would not be continuously attacking this exact same message unless he had solid evidence to prove it. There is no which way that this guy would walk out of the White House with all the accomplishments that he's done and tarnish it towards the end on a false claim of fraud.
Nope.
I don't believe it. All right, buddy. All right, guys, you take care of yourself. And again, I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m.
We will make America great again.